This book, first published in 1954, about 17 years after the Death of Machen, by someone who helped start the Westminster Theological Seminary and a respected scholar in his own right, this book was drab and sadly not well done as a biography, nor to really drive home the importance of Machen. Stonehouse puts most of the normal parts of Manchen's life one would expect in a biography, and the amount of time of first-hand sources just from Manchen's letters and his mother's letters are a treasure trove for a biographer. Yet the story of Manchen's life drags and drags. The organization tends to flip back and forth in timeline. There's almost too much focus on the primary documents to account for smaller parts of Manchen's life, but misses out on some of the major parts of his life. For example, about 3/4 into the book, a discussion is made about Manchen's family and personal wealth, something that could have been discussed much earlier and touched on briefly when discussing Manchen's writing career and raising of funds for his seminary. Missing is a discussion on Manchen's very interesting political views, and even testifying before Congress on behalf of opposing a federal Department of Education. We get too much back and forth between his clear love for his mother in notes, and less, albeit some, on the fact that Machen seems to be a sort of atheist, or at least a non-holder of orthodox belief when he's in seminary. The author doesn't make that clear. First-hand accounts and citations abound, but providing a clear picture, especially for one not of the time or of the full understanding of Presbyterianism or even of the modernism versus Orthodox Christianity, has to be sought outside the book. Facts are provided, but storytelling does not happen well. However, through the 3-month slog through this book, I was determined to finish it. I did find a deeper appreciation for Machen and his full life. His time during World War was interesting. His books, but the author doesn't really go into specifics enough to entice their reading, and his time among other great men of the early 20th century, Princetonian Christians, they were discussed. This was really too bad, as the ability to tell a really interesting story of a really interesting life is clearly there, and some 80 years later, these important fights by similar important men are sadly still being fought, and we need stories from church history to inspire and guide us. Men like those of atheist H.L. Machen could clearly see the need of true belief of the great men like J. Gresham. Final grade, D+.